Mickey 17 is the latest film from acclaimed South Korean director Bong Joon-ho, winner of an Oscar for Parasite, who presents us with a groundbreaking science fiction cinematic experience that combines dark comedy, sharp social commentary, and profound existential elements. Released in 2025 and based on the novel Mickey 17 by Edward Ashton, the film transports audiences to the year 2054 and offers a satirically dark take on colonialism, corporate greed, and the disposable nature of human life in extreme capitalism. The story centers on Mickey Barnes, masterfully played by Robert Pattinson, a young man facing severe financial hardship who makes the desperate decision to volunteer as a disposable on a space colonization mission. This decision leads him on an extraordinary journey to the icy planet Niflheim, where he becomes part of a disturbing scientific and social experiment that questions the very essence of human identity and the value of individual life. The concept of disposable or expendable is central to the narrative and represents one of the film's most powerful social critiques. Mickey is assigned to all the dangerous missions, risky experiments, and suicidal tasks because his life is literally considered replaceable. Whenever Mickey dies during one of these missions, a new clone is created with all his memories intact up to the point of his previous death, allowing colonization to continue without significant interruptions caused by the loss of knowledge or experience. This cloning system raises profound philosophical questions about the continuity of consciousness and personal identity. Each new version of Mickey retains the memories and personality of the previous one, but is he truly the same person or just a convincing copy? The film explores these existential questions through the unique perspective of someone who has experienced death multiple times and continues to exist through his various cloned incarnations. The plot complicates dramatically when Mickey 17 unexpectedly returns from a mission that everyone assumed resulted in his death. To his surprise and horror, he discovers that a Mickey 18 has already been created, resulting in an unprecedented situation where two versions of the same individual coexist simultaneously. This discovery triggers a crisis not only for Mickey but for the entire structure of the colonization mission, as the existence of multiple simultaneous clones goes against all established protocols. This situation creates a devastating internal conflict for both versions of Mickey. Both believe they are the real Mickey and have a legitimate claim to the same identity, memories, and relationships. The tension between the two Mickeys explores not only questions of identity but also the practicalities of a society that depends on human substitutability. How can a system based on the premise that every person is replaceable deal with the simultaneous existence of duplicates? The supporting cast includes exceptional talent such as Naomi Ackie, Stephen Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, and Toni Collette, each contributing to creating a rich and complex universe that serves as a backdrop for Mickey's surreal journey. These characters represent different aspects of future society and the hierarchy of the colonization mission, from ambitious scientists to corporate administrators who view humans as replaceable resources. Bong Joon-ho uses the science fiction setting as a lens through which to examine very contemporary issues. Corporate greed that treats human lives as disposable commodities reflects current concerns about how unbridled capitalism dehumanizes workers. The strict social hierarchy of the spaceship echoes existing social inequalities, while the colonization of the planet Niflheim serves as a metaphor for imperialism and resource exploitation. The planet Niflheim is portrayed as an icy, hostile world that presents constant challenges to human colonizers. The planet's extreme conditions serve both as a physical obstacle and as a symbol of the universe's inhospitability to human ambitions. The choice of such an austere and dangerous environment underscores the desperation that drives people like Mickey to accept such extreme contracts. As the story unfolds, Mickey, both versions 17 and 18, begins to question not only the system that exploits him, but also the nature of his own existence. Multiple deaths and rebirths take a psychological toll that not even cloning technology can eliminate. Each death leaves invisible scars that manifest as anxiety, paranoia, and a growing sense of disconnection from his own humanity. Bong Joon-ho's direction combines stunning visuals with a characteristic dark humor that permeates the entire narrative, manages to balance moments of absurd comedy with serious reflections on morality and humanity, creating a cinematic experience that is both entertaining and deeply provocative. His approach to the science fiction genre is distinctly his own, blending familiar elements with a unique social perspective. Robert Pattinson delivers a remarkable performance that deftly navigates the character's comedic and tragic aspects. He manages to convey both Mickey's growing frustration with his situation and the existential confusion of someone unsure whether he is truly himself or merely a copy. Pattinson's performance anchors the film emotionally, allowing the audience to connect with a concept that could easily become too abstract. The film explores the psychology of someone who knows their death is not permanent but still experiences the fear, pain, and anxiety associated with mortality. This exploration raises questions about whether the knowledge of continuity through cloning actually alleviates the existential terror of death or simply adds additional layers of anxiety about identity and authenticity. The film's climax centers on the two Mickeys' desperate attempt to find a solution to their impossible situation. They must navigate not only the hostility of Niflheim's environment and the relentless bureaucracy of the colonization mission, but also the disturbing reality that one of them may have to cease to exist so that the other can continue. This decision forces both the characters and the audience to confront fundamental questions about what makes a life valuable and worth preserving. The action sequences are choreographed to serve the film's themes rather than simply provide spectacle. Each of Mickey's deaths is treated with appropriate emotional weight, even knowing he will be cloned, because the film insists on the individuality and value of each version. This approach prevents the cloning premise from trivializing violence or suffering. The story's resolution offers both a satisfying conclusion to Mickey's journey and a broader reflection on the systems that enable human exploitation. Bong Joon-ho doesn't offer easy answers, but rather invites audiences to question the social and economic structures that make it possible to treat human beings as disposable resources. The film's conclusion offers both resolution and an opening for continued reflection, allowing audiences to leave the theater with a sense of narrative completeness but also provocative questions to ponder. This balanced approach ensures that Mickey 17 functions both as entertainment and as a catalyst for discussion and reflection on the topics it addresses with such insight and originality.